Maybe you're hoping to learn more about God and about faith. And one way that people have been able to learn more about God is by simply reading the Bible. But what can also help is to see how others have tried to teach those main truths of the Bible. One thing that people then have used is a catechism. Here is the latest catechism that's put out by my National Fellowship's publishing house, Luther's Catechism. It's a decent sized book. This is just an earlier edition of it from a couple decades ago, and then this is like a really old version, like super duper old. No, I'm kidding. I mean, there are some people who are alive now who studied this as they were growing up. But all these books, and they have a bit to them, but really, the original thing that Martin Luther wrote and was hoping would be a sort of learning manual of the faith for Christian families is right at the very beginning of these books. So, for instance, this whole thing, the Small Catechism that Martin Luther wrote, takes up only this much. See that part? Takes up just that much of the book. The rest is kind of digging into and giving more Bible passages for the stuff in that Small Catechism. But here are the 6 chief parts of the Catechism. There are the commandments, the 10 commandments, the creed, the Lord's Prayer, baptism, confession, and the Lord's Supper, or what's also called Holy Communion. So again, that is the commandments, the creed, the Lord's Prayer, baptism, confession, and Holy Communion. So maybe you can tell, even just by those titles of the parts, what those different parts are trying to teach us about. The commandments are God's commands, rules that he has for us. The creed is what we believe about God, as he has told us about himself. The Lord's Prayer is really teaching us what or how to pray. Baptism teaches about baptism, confession teaches about confession, and Holy Communion teaches about that thing that churches often do, Holy Communion. Which one of those would you want to know more about and to make matter more in your life? Consider studying from a catechism. Luther's Small Catechism would be a great catechism to use for learning about any of those things. Don't worry, you don't have to learn everything all at once. Just pick one of those. Which one do you think would be most helpful for your life right now? And go dig into it. God bless.